we have students from the producing course that I'm doing this semester, and actually this coming week in class. I don't know if Darren knows this, but he's on the line with us. SAG-AFTRA is going to be doing a talk with us
Oh,
about
great.
how to do the contracts and everything. And I was just curious for you. Uh, uh, I know you're not just acting, but you're as you said, you're doing all the mediums, and you're also directing sometimes too. What goes into your casting or what you're looking for? Is there a specific thing when you do your audition process that you would like that would make it easier for you? Is it simply just give me the sides, I'm going to do my work and goodbye? Or is there a way for us as producers and directors to really make a good casting choice and sort of weed out what might not really be working? And I'm
Um,
always curious
yeah,
about people's process on that.
that's a really great question, and it's a very appropriate question now because the industry is changing to so many self tapes and things like that. And I think that they are seeing sometimes hundreds of people to cast one role on a TV show, where it used to be they would see 20 or 30, and in or sometimes less. And in many ways, that's good because it has sort of flattened the world. It has opened the doors to a lot of different people to be seen for the job. But it's also made it more difficult to get cast. Um, I think a mistake that a lot of casting directors and producers make is overburdening the actor with too much material to prepare. Um, I just had an audition just what was today, Wednesday, due Monday, that was 4 scenes in 12 pages. And I spent so much time and effort just learning the material that when I finally shot it, it was almost more of an exercise in can I learn this material than an exercise in am I this guy? Am I this role? So if I had to give any, I when I direct and when I produce, now granted, I produce mainly low budget indie films, and I mainly direct short films and theater. Um, I try to cast from my own experiences of having worked with actors or actors that I know their work and that I like. And I find that when I just get cast, whether it be in Whit Stillman movies or in some TV shows or in Chappaquiddick or in 1BR, the clip that you were just showing, those were all just offers to me. And I find when I'm just offered the part, I am so much more comfortable on set and in the work that I know they want me. I didn't have to beg them for the job or prove to them that I'm the right person for the role. They wanted me. And so that makes me so much more relaxed and so much more willing and able to dip into my own imagination and to dip into my own skill sets that I feel like I bring so much more to the work than when I've had to audition 2 or 3 times. Sometimes in TV shows, you have to audition 5, 10, 12 times for the same show before they finally cast you. And that has a way of breaking the actor down. And sometimes I think they like to do that. I feel like they like to break the actor down because then they don't have to pay them as much and things like that. But I think that's counterintuitive to what really makes the project as strong as it can be. We want the lead male actor to be kind of cocky. And seldom am I the male lead. And granted, lots of male leads can take that too far and be assholes. And I've worked with plenty that are assholes. Excuse my language. But if the guy is the lead of the show or the woman is the lead of the show, you want them to be confident because that confidence breeds being secure in their choices and dipping into their imagination and making strong, bold choices. If they're scared, they're never going to really branch out and try something unique and different. And I think that's why great directors, Francis Ford Coppola and Clint Eastwood, Whit Stillman, um, uh, use a lot of the same actors over and over, uh, and just cast them and just say, I want you to be in this. I just saw Moneyball, directed by Bennett Miller, and it's such a great movie. And that cast, he uses that cast a lot. I think Bennett Miller also did um, Capote, right, with Philip Seymour Hoffman. And Philip Seymour Hoffman is not the star of Moneyball, but he has a great pivotal role in it. And I think Bennett Miller just said, "I want you." So that's my advice from an actor's point of view to your producers and directors.
No, I
You know,
really love that because the interesting thing, me doing mainly producing and directing is we even get that as producers, believe it or not. So going up for jobs, I've had to prove my worth. Where
right,
suddenly a producer says to me, "Write me an essay
yeah,
about why you should be on my show," and you're
right,
just like, "What?"
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, that feeling of uneasiness doesn't help the imagination and doesn't help the artistic process.
no, it
So it's
stifles it. Yeah,
wonderful, wonderful advice. Along with that, we have Clayton's here from the narrative film production class, and next week we're going to be working with gimbals and just trying to do a little walk and talk with them. And I'm just curious for you, as far as communicating with actors and keeping that sort of idea of trust and safety and let's having fun. Is there any advice that you would give for them as they're directing those scenes?
um, there's a great book called Notes on Direction by a guy named Bill Ball, who was the artistic director of the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. And it's really worth reading. But what he talks about, and I think this is a great note for directors, is say yes to actors. Um, when an actor has an idea, say yes to it. It doesn't mean you're going to shoot it. It doesn't mean you're going to put it in the movie in the end, anyways. But what you're doing is you're communicating to the actor that you're listening to him or her and you're trusting him or her and you have belief in them. I really think I should cross to the bar on this line. Oh, that's a great idea. Great, great. And if it doesn't work, the actor will be the first one to know that it didn't work. And so then, or if the actor is a little clueless and doesn't get that it doesn't work, at least you tried it. And then you can explain to the actor, I really liked it when you went to the bar, but the light's not very good there and we don't have time to relight it. So let's see if we can do it here, or somehow guide them back. And I'm not saying lie to the actor and placate them. I'm saying trust them. Actors, when you produce, you're thinking about everything. You're thinking about, what time you have to be out of the location. You're thinking about the deal with SAG. You're thinking about, the camera package that is due tomorrow so you can do the walk and talk. When the director's working, he or she's thinking about, I got to make my day. I got to get this shot. I got to get that shot. The writer's probably already off the project, but if not, they are thinking about my script. How could you change my script? But the actor is thinking about their character in that scene. And I often feel that the actor is the last line of honesty on the set, meaning that everyone else has thought about everything. But when it comes right down to it, it's raining out tonight. And I don't think I would do this line that way in the rain. Now, maybe the writer didn't know it was going to rain tonight, or maybe the director thought we would be done shooting by the time it's raining. But I'm looking at the line and say, it doesn't make sense to say this line while it's raining. And I think that same thing is true about saying yes to actors. If they're the last line of honesty and you let them know that you trust them and you respect their ideas, the actor has a way then of, oh my gosh, the director's listening to me. I better give the director only my best ideas, as opposed I'm going to give him or her a terrible idea and they're going to take it. So the actor has a way then of kind of censoring their own bad ideas out and only bringing their best foot forward. And the director has then opened this line of trust between themselves and the actor. And I think that's hugely important because you want the actor to be able to fail. And only by failing do they succeed.
Yeah, yeah, I really love that. I love that the director has to first offer the trust, and that once it's given, it also comes back,
Yeah,
and then it
absolutely.
becomes this something much more open and much more possible.